Good Monday morning to you. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and this is your outlook for January 5th, 2015. A windy and cold day today is on tap with the cold front now well offshore here, and winds are going to be coming in from the northwest and quite breezy. We're looking at sustained winds 12 to 20 miles per hour with gusts over 30. When you combine that with the air temperatures are going to be in the 30s and falling, starting off in the low 30s and then falling throughout the day. Here is the winds and the ice bars here pretty tightly packed on top of each other here. So you add those winds in there, you're talking about wind chills that are going to be in the 10 to 15, 15 to 20 mile per hour, 20 degree range. So it will be feeling colder than the air temperature by a good margin. So you'll definitely feel the difference in the cold from what it was yesterday. Although yesterday in some areas we got really warm. Actually, right down here in this area here, we got into the warm sector here. But for the northwest, really not so much. Right before the front hit, we did get a little spike last night, about 8, 9 o'clock at night, and temperatures did reach 50 in some locations, up to from south central PA up to about Lehigh Valley and into northern New Jersey. So you had a sudden spike there, but then as the front passed and the wind shifted, you definitely saw a drop right away. So not quite as warm up in those areas that we thought, but that's down here in South Jersey and Delaware. That certainly was the case. Going a little bit further here now, we're going to have a high pressure move on top of us for our Monday here. So we're not talking about much in the way of cloud cover. And then we get into Tuesday, we have this clipper system that's going to be moving in here. This is going to be moving through the area here pretty quickly. It's going to start in the pre-dawn hours for many from west to east. Right around morning rush hours, you get over to New Jersey here. You will have the snow move in, and it will be sticking to all surfaces. We're not going to have a problem with it sticking to the surfaces at all, because it's going to be very cold. The ground will be cold, and we'll have a full 24 hours of frozen ground at least before the snow arrives. With today being so cold, and then of course tonight will be very in the teens for lows for many locations. So when this comes across here, we'll have no problem sticking on everything, including the roadways. Now we're not talking about a lot of precipitation here, but it's just enough that we'll be snowing across our entire coverage area. It'll be just enough, cold enough here, that this will be a high ratio snow. So when you talk about high ratio, we usually see 10 inches of snow for every inch of liquid equivalent. So for every inch of rain, you get 10 inches of snow. Well, this is going to be a dry, powdery, fluffy snow, so the ratios will be more like 15 to 1 or thereabout. So with that being said, anything the snow maps were putting out saying that we get like an inch of snow would actually be an inch and a half. That's basically how that works out, and it's a fluffy, powdery snow. So we're talking about general 1 to 3 across our entire coverage area here, with maybe a little bit more on the northwestern side here, and a little less to southeast. We still have 1 to 2 down here in this area across most of New Jersey and Delaware as well. So just a quick hitter. Going to the NAM high-res future simulator radar here, and this is looking at 6 a.m. So you can see that this batch of snow is already moving in from west to east here at this point. It's going to come into this area here and give us snow. Again, once it hits New Jersey, I think it's going to start dying off a little bit here. Really, once this hits the Appalachian Mountains, which kind of runs right through here, once it hits that, it's going to break up somewhat as it's pressing to the east here. But we're expecting generally a 1 to 3 inch snowfall across our entire coverage area here. Again, west of the mountains here, you could get a little bit more on the higher side of that, maybe 2 to 4. But this is a relatively quick mover, so we're not dealing with a lot of snow from this system at all. And then we're going to move a little bit further from that. And here's the lingering showers here into the afternoon, snow showers in the afternoon. And we're staying in the 20s for highs on Tuesday. And then we have this, another chance at some snow showers here on Wednesday. This won't be a big deal here. Mainly northern areas are going to get some snow showers here. This is mostly lake effect. And it will still be breezy here on Wednesday as well with these see the tight isobars again on Wednesday. So another breezy day on Wednesday. And then we move ahead to Thursday. Still a little breezy yet, but we're going to get back to mostly sunny skies. And then Friday, we're going to be watching this system to our north here. The model's been trying to creep down this snowfall a little bit to the south, a little bit further south the last couple runs here. This would be for central and northern areas, a chance for some snow showers again on Friday. But this is just some lighter snow showers, nothing like the concentration that we're expecting here on Tuesday with that Clipper system. This is actually association with this system up to the north here. And then this area low pressure that all the snow shower activity is associated with is going to have a cold front reinforcing shot of cold air that's going to come through once the front passes, and it's going to render Saturday a cold day as well. So really no signs of any warm up here in the next 10 days. As a matter of fact, we go over to the GFS ensembles. This is a look at the next 10 days, and this is the composite average of departures above or below normal. And all these temperatures out here are in the above normal category. You can see that here on the scale. This is all above normal temperatures from what is expected to be normal for this time of year. But you can see a vast majority of the country, the whole eastern half of the United States basically, with the exception of Florida, is in this very cold conditions for this time of year. You're talking about departures from normal that are well below in the entire 10-day time frame. So all that nonsense we were seeing on the models a week ago when they expected it to be warm this week and warm next week, well, that's why you really can't trust the long range. And we argued against that and won again just because we're seeing this happen time and time again where the models are trying to warm things up in the long range and they're just not coming to fruition at all. And here's another perfect example of that. Here's all this cold now it's showing, which is a big change from what it was showing before. This week the models last week were showing temperatures being well above normal. We're talking about temperatures that are going to be struggling to get out of the teens on Thursday. So you take the long range with a grain of salt. And when we put these long range outlooks and we're calling for cold, it's not because we're harbingers of doom or we love cold and we're just snow mongrels or whatever you want to call it. We're not trying to hype anything. We're calling it like we see it, and just because the models say something doesn't necessarily mean that that's what's going to happen in the long range. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at this stuff. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and that is your outlook for January 5th, 2015. Have a great Monday.